Ladies and gentlemen, distinguished guests, members of the Board of Trustees, esteemed members of the faculty, students, and staff, the 2007 Fall Convocation and Investiture ceremony of President Barbara R. Snyder of Case Western Reserve University is hereby convened. Please remain standing and join in the singing of the national anthem led by the university's women's a cappella group, Solstice, and please remain standing for the invocation.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Rabbi Richard A. Block, Senior Rabbi at the Temple Tifereth Israel of Beechwood and Cleveland, Ohio, will now deliver our invocation.
Our God and parent, guide of all humanity, source of all creation, we pause for precious moments to humbly seek your guidance and to praise and thank you for the world and its miracles and wonders, for life and its infinite possibilities, for work that sustains the body and nourishes the soul, for love which makes us fully human, for the privilege of being partners with you in the ongoing work of perfecting our beautiful but broken world, for this bountiful land and the priceless freedoms and rights we enjoy as Americans, blessings we cherish, though too often take for granted, for our beloved Cleveland and the opportunity to work for its betterment, for the responsibility of working to create a more equal, tolerant, and compassionate community and society, where diversity is seen as a valued resource and every person's human dignity is respected and affirmed. O God, bless those who lead and labor on behalf of Case Western Reserve University. Bless its students, faculty, staff, and administrators with insight, dedication, kindness, and integrity, and its supporters with the rich satisfaction of knowing that their generosity makes a lasting difference in the lives of others and in our community. We pray that the students who begin their studies at Case this year, those who came before them and those who will come after them, will see as the primary goal of their learning not making a living, but making a life, and that the lives they seek to fashion will be lives of meaning and purpose, service, compassion, and justice, lives that matter, lives that inspire, lives that contribute something of lasting worth, lives that make a difference. We ask your special blessing, O God, upon Barbara Snyder as she assumes the leadership of this great and complex institution. Bless her with fortitude, patience, wisdom, a sense of humor, and the courage of her convictions. Help her as she goes from strength to strength and contributes her unique and precious gifts of mind and spirit to Case, its partner institutions, its neighbors, the city of Cleveland, our region, and our nation. You abound in blessings, eternal God, ruler of the universe, who has given us life and sustained us, that we might share this sacred and joyous occasion together.
Ladies and gentlemen, please be seated. I would like to welcome the Chairman of the Board of Trustees, Frank N. Linsalata.
Good afternoon and welcome to the Fall Convocation of Case Western Reserve University and the investiture of our new president, Barbara R. Snyder. It is traditional at ceremonies such as this that greetings are delivered to the president from the constituencies of the Academy. First to offer greetings to our new president is the chair of the Faculty Senate, Associate Professor of Materials Science and Engineering, David Matheson.
President Snyder has a nice ring to it, doesn't it? President Snyder, the faculty of Case Western Reserve University, welcomes you into our community of educators and scholars. The co-governance of a modern research university by a faculty and an administration is a powerful model that has allowed Case Western Reserve University to achieve remarkable success in our interconnected missions of education and research. It may be that at some point during your tenure as president, Case Western Reserve University may face some difficult times that will require tough choices to be made. I hope that if that day ever comes, you will think of us, the faculty, as an asset to be included as part of the solution to those difficult times. As chair of the Faculty Senate, I've been elected to represent all 2,523 faculty from the 8 schools and college. And so with one voice, representing 2,523 strong, may I say that we are very happy that you finally come home. What took you so long?
Representing the Postdoc Student Association is Brandy L. Wilkinson, a postdoctoral fellow in the School of Medicine.
On behalf of the Postdoctoral Researcher Association, I would like to welcome President Snyder to Case. We are enthusiastic about her new leadership. Postdocs have been a part of American higher education for over 100 years. As of 2005, 40,000 postdocs worked in U.S. doctorate granting institutions, and there is reason to believe that the growth in postdoctoral education will continue. Here at Case, we have a talented community of more than 400 postdoctoral fellows from 28 countries. These postdocs carry out the sometimes tedious day-to-day work in laboratories across this university. They're also responsible for the training of undergraduate, graduate, and medical students in research. The contributions of these postdocs are essential to this university's scientific productivity. It is our hope that President Snyder, together with the School of Graduate Studies Postdoctoral Office, will help us bridge the gap between our research training and our subsequent career progression. We need to facilitate the transition to career independence through both the development of research skills as well as individual professional development. Postdocs are the professors and administrators of the future. By taking postdoctoral education seriously at this time, we can ensure Case's continued research excellence. President Snyder, we welcome you to Case.
Next, I would like to introduce Vice President for Student Affairs, Glenn Nichols.
The students of Case Western Reserve University represent a broad and diverse community of scholarship and service, coming from all 50 states and nearly 90 countries. Last year, our students provided many tens of thousands of hours of service to the greater Cleveland community through numerous organizations and agencies. In addition, our students pursued their academic, social, professional, and service interests through an impressive array of student organizations, many of which are listed on page 16 of your program. A new tradition was initiated this year when President Snyder challenged entering undergraduates to learn about their new campus community through the Experience Case Western Reserve Trivia Challenge. It is my privilege to announce the 3 winners who will be joining President Snyder for dinner in the near future. Rebecca Copland, an entering undergrad from Boise, Idaho, and a resident of Mistletoe Residential College. Heather Morgan from Middletown, Maryland, a resident of Cedar Residential College, and Melissa Berry from Mentor, Ohio, a resident of Mistletoe Residential College. Today, representing the undergraduate students is Adam Roop, president of the Undergraduate Student Government, and joining him to represent the graduate and professional students will be Kevin Spear, president of the Graduate Student Senate.
President Snyder, this is an exciting time for us, the undergraduate students of Case Western Reserve University. Over my time here at Case, we have made many advances as a community, from larger enrollment numbers to newly constructed residence halls, from new university traditions to an increased sense of unity of students pursuing a degree at one of America's top research universities. Needless to say, the potential of the undergraduate population is truly boundless. This academic year, the undergraduate students will dedicate themselves to such pursuits as experiential learning, service in our community, research spanning the disciplines, travel to the far corners of the globe, and so much more. We will engage in many pursuits outside the classroom as well that will improve the rich fabric that is student life at this university. We were fortunate enough to have a hand in your selection, with my predecessor serving on the Presidential Search Committee. There were countless forums, discussions, and meetings about what a new president would and could mean to this fine institution. When your announcement came, we were truly overjoyed. Your dedication to us as a community has been evident by living in our residence halls during your transition period last spring, meeting with countless student leaders over the summer, and doing so much more since you've arrived on campus. President Snyder, the undergraduate student body is thrilled to officially welcome you to campus. You have brought with you new excitement and energy about the potential and bold future of this institution. We are eager to work with you in the upcoming year and to get to know you better. And most importantly, we're excited to have you back on the team as a Case Spartan.
Good afternoon, everyone. And might I also say welcome to the 2007 Fall Convocation and Investiture ceremony. President Snyder, on behalf of the Graduate Student Senate and the entire body of postgraduate students at Case Western Reserve University, which constitute almost 60% of the university's student population, I'd like to personally welcome you to this outstanding academic institution. There's a certain uniqueness about being a graduate student at Case Western Reserve, and in these brief remarks, I'd like to focus on our horizons. The setting of University Circle grants students a breadth of opportunity to expand their cultural horizons, from the world-renowned Cleveland Orchestra to the reputable Cleveland Art Museum, all of which are only steps away from our classrooms and laboratories. As a further expansion of those horizons, our student body is extraordinarily diverse. As of the fall 2006 term, 2,008 students were enrolled in the School of Graduate Studies. The distribution of males and females enrolled was 53% to 47%. Domestic students are here from every state in the nation, and international students, which have comprised over 30% of the graduate student body since 2002, are here from over 90 different countries. Case Western Reserve University gives us unusual opportunities to expand our research horizons as well. In 2004, Case Western Reserve ranked 20th in the nation among private institutions and 43rd for all universities in federal research funding. This institution has top-ranked programs, front-running faculty, and star students in everything from aeronautics to zoology, and the facilities with which we are equipped to do our research is second to none. And of course, I could go on. All this said, graduate students at Case also have unique challenges. Among those challenges is the need to reconnect faculty advisors with their graduate students in a way that gives a sense of mentorship, satisfaction to go along with productivity. We need the university community to remember that its graduate students are the ones in the lab doing the hands-on research, up all night reading papers, and the ones that ultimately bring all those research dollars to fruition. Indeed, the tradition and reputation of Case Western Reserve live with its graduate students, and with cooperative efforts from our community's constituents, being a graduate student here will continue to be an envied position. So with your arrival, President Snyder, the graduate student body stands in optimism for our Horizons future. We are optimistic that our high points in diversity and research excellence will continue in perpetuity, and that our challenges will be met with assertiveness that parallels the emphatic success of the university's history, all toward an end that the expansion of our horizons will not be impeded, but rather that it will be enhanced. So again, on behalf of the Graduate Student Senate and all postgraduate students, President Snyder, welcome to Case Western Reserve University.
The university boasts nearly 3,000 staff members whose work contributes to the success of the campus. At this time, I invite the incoming chair of the Staff Advisory Council, Richard Cole, to extend greetings on behalf of the university staff members.
President Snyder, it is my great honor and privilege to welcome you to Case Western Reserve University on behalf of all the staff. A staff committed to the high standards of excellence that this distinguished institution represents locally, nationally, and internationally. We look forward to working with you and your administration as you guide the university into its next phase, a phase of our history that will see the university strengthen its position as one of the great academic institutions in the country. As you lead the university, we staff members urge you to keep in mind the resources that we offer. Staff members are important partners in fulfilling the university's mission of teaching, research, and service. The staff are talented, they are energetic and creative professionals. Through their year-round activities, they make significant contributions which helps the university attain the highest possible level of distinction in all areas. It'll take the best efforts of everyone in the university community working together in partnership to help move us to even greater acclaim in the years to come. As you lead us into the future, please remember that the staff can have a positive impact on planning and pursuing institutional goals. We look forward to being part of the university community as we work towards achieving shared visions and objectives. Welcome, President Snyder.
Representing the alumni is Michael Magnus, a 1970 graduate of Adelbert College and a 1973 graduate from the School of Law, and President of the Alumni Association of Case Western Reserve University.
My role here today is a brief but important one. President Snyder, on behalf of the more than 100,000 living alumni across the nation and around the world, I bring greetings and a warm welcome to you as you commence what we hope will be a long and distinguished tenure at the helm of Case Western Reserve University. As you already know from your initial encounters with our alumni, we are looking to you to lead this great university to even higher levels of national and international recognition. And I can assure you of the complete support of the alumni of Case Western Reserve University who have invested so much in our alma mater. We are on this journey together, President Snyder, every step of the way. And I cannot think of a better leader to guide our university to bigger and better achievements in the years ahead. As a member of the Presidential Search Committee, representing the alumni contingent last year, I was hoping that we would meet a candidate who would be able to quickly win the confidence of the alumni. After you left our meeting last November, it was clear to me that you were that person. The intervening months have only served to support my view. In October of this year's inaugural year, we will be making the presentation of the Alumni House to you, our alumni, and the university community. I consider this to be a gift of sorts for you because through the efforts of numerous people, spearheaded by Drs. Greg Eastwood and Ted Castell, you will be the first president in the history of the university to have a real, functioning alumni house on campus, which we predict will help tremendously in the realm of alumni relations. So, in closing, again, your alumni, our alumni, welcome you with our gratitude to you for agreeing to join us on this journey. We look forward eagerly to working with you, and we wish you a long, productive, and joyful career as the president of Case Western Reserve University.
We are privileged to welcome Speakeasy to the stage to perform a musical selection entitled Be Our Guest.
Be our guest, put our singing to the test. Put your feet up and relax a bit. We provide the rest, notes that soar, chords that ring. Why we only live to sing. No, it shouldn't be surprising if you love our harmonizing. We've got lead, we've got bass, our baritone's an ace, and the tenor here is never second best. Go on and hold your play, take a glance and say, you'll be our guest, be our guest. Be our guest. Songs of love and romance, songs of daring do and chance. We've got songs that make you cry, songs that make you want to dance. If you're down, feeling blue, we've got just a thing for you. No one's gloomy or complaining while we are entertaining. We tell jokes, we do tricks, and those can girly kicks. It's all in perfect taste that you can bet. Come on, applaud real loud. Hope that you'll be proud to be our guest.
If you're stressed, it's fine learning, we suggest.
Be our guest, special guest, be our guest. Be our guest, special guest, entertainment is our quest. We've been practicing so hard that our tux is freshly pressed. Yes, we love what we do, sing our hearts out just for you. And although it's not a freebie, please enjoy our tape and CD. Song by song, one by one, do you shout, well done, and we'll say goodnight to you and all the rest. Tomorrow we'll be his, but tonight, no mystery, be our guest. Be our guest. Our guest, Case Western's guest. Take the best and be our guest.
At a presidential investiture, an individual who has knowledge of the incoming president traditionally presents a call to service. Today, we are pleased to welcome Dr. Karen Holbrook, immediate past president of The Ohio State University. As 13th president of Ohio State, Dr. Holbrook worked closely with President Snyder.
First, let me congratulate you on the brilliant idea to merge two very important events, one that welcomes the incoming students to Case Western Reserve University, and the other that welcomes the new president to Case Western Reserve University and invests her fully with the responsibilities, challenges, privileges, and honor of serving this great institution. There are many parallels between the two events. The students and the president have both joined this university, recognizing the quality, the rich tradition, and the immense opportunity before them. Both have come with a vision for their own futures, and certainly in the case of the president, a vision for the continued development of the university and what it can do for you, the students, the alumni, the faculty, the staff, and for others now and in the future. Both of you have arrived with aspirations and high ideals and understand the demands that are placed upon you for leadership, scholarship, and engaging with society, with a global society, to share what you gain through the education and the vast resources that you have at hand. Both of you then have responsibility to your university, to fellow students, and to colleagues to take these trusts very seriously, and I have no doubt that you will. It is a very great honor for me to offer some special words to the entire community about President Snyder, with whom I had the privilege to work when she was the provost at The Ohio State University. Warren Bennis describes, and I quote, "Leaders as people are able to express themselves fully. They know who they are, what their strengths and weaknesses are, and how to fully deploy their strengths and compensate for their weaknesses. They also know what they want, why they want it, and how to communicate what they want in others in order to gain their cooperation and support. Finally, they know how to achieve their goals. According to Bennis, becoming a leader is synonymous with becoming yourself. It's that simple, and it's that difficult." President Snyder is this kind of leader who is herself. She brings vision, energy, experience, solid good judgment, and the ability to make important and difficult decisions. With her keen insight and intellect, her sensitivity, compassion, and humor, Barbara engenders confidence among all with whom she interacts. She's made a sincere commitment to this institution, to its people, and to excellence and success in all that is accomplished. And I congratulate the members of the Case Western Reserve family for such exceptional insight in selecting a president who has demonstrated the ability and skills to lead Case Western Reserve confidently and successfully into a very bright future. Congratulations and thank you.
Congresswoman Stephanie Tubbs Jones is a 1971 graduate of Flora Stone Mather College and a 1974 graduate of the School of Law, and has been a strong supporter of the university. I would like to invite the Honorable Stephanie Tubbs Jones to share her greetings.
To Rabbi, to the Chair of the Board of Trustees, ladies and gentlemen, faculty, staff, alumni, President Snyder, good afternoon. I want to take a point of personal privilege to introduce to you two people who've played significant roles in my life. One of them is my predecessor, the Honorable Congressman Louis Stokes. I also like you to meet Patricia Kilpatrick, who was the Dean of Women when I was a freshman, sophomore, junior, and senior at Case Western Reserve. I loved her so much I had Mervyn on her birthday. But 40 years ago next month, I started my freshman year at Case Western Reserve University at the urging of my late father, Andrew Tubbs, who said, "You've got to go to Case Western Reserve. You're smart enough. Black kids don't get in Case Western Reserve. Please go." My dad made a great decision. I am so privileged and blessed to have had an opportunity to attend this wonderful university and to maintain a strong relationship with Case Western Reserve University. Many people graduate from college and they never set foot on the college campus again. I live right across the street from Case Western Reserve. My friends say, "Didn't you get enough at school?" I am so pleased to have been involved in many of the wonderful projects and programs that the university has. And today, particularly, is significant. I'm able to be part of history here at Case Western Reserve University for the investiture of our new and the first female president of Case Western Reserve University. What a landmark year this has been for women in our country. In Congress, we've seen the election of our first female Speaker of the House, Nancy Pelosi. This Congress boasts the most women ever, 74 serving in the House, 16 in the Senate. Additionally, women are making marks on their committees, with 2 women who chair full committees and 20 women who chair subcommittees in the Congress. On the day that Speaker Pelosi was sworn in, she did something that had never been done before. She invited all the children of the House in the House of Representatives to join her in the Speaker's well. They were able to touch the gavel, stand behind the lectern, and feel what it would like to be like to stand in one of the most powerful positions in this country. It was symbolic of how women govern. We are nurturers, and we understand the importance of allowing young people, particularly young women, to see women in positions of power. Once they see a positive example of what they can become, their possibilities for the future are limitless. Today, we see that example in Barbara Snyder. Barbara began her career, or President Snyder began her career right here at Case Western Reserve School of Law. A sociology undergrad major like me, a Case Western Reserve lawyer like me, and now we're privileged to have her back here at home at Case Western Reserve. I will be there with you, President Snyder. All you need to do is holler and I will be right there. Sojourner Truth once said, "If the first woman God ever made was strong enough to turn the world upside down all alone, then women together ought to be able to turn it back and get it right side up again." And now they're asking to do it, and the men better let them. Barbara Snyder, we're here for you.
Earlier today, the Inamori International Center for Ethics and Excellence hosted its first academic symposium. Prior to his role as director of the center, Gregory L. Eastwood served as our interim president and as a member of our board of trustees. At this time, it is my pleasure to invite Dr. Eastwood to offer his greetings to President Snyder.
Barbara Snyder, I've grown to admire you and to respect you, and I like you a lot. You are the right person to lead this great university at this time. You are the latest proof in my theory that an institution needs different kinds of people at different times in its history, and you are exactly the right person now. You have all the right stuff. You are very smart, both in raw brain power and also in practical wisdom, which helps when you're dealing with legions of people who think they too are smart. You are a fabulous representative of the university, and you articulate your position remarkably well. And you have roots in this university dating back more than 20 years when you were on the faculty here. You have been and you will be a great leader. Another university president, Bart Giamatti, said, "Leadership is an essentially moral act. You should know that Mr. Giamatti, who later became Commissioner of Baseball, also said, being president of a university is no way for an adult to make a living. Be that as it may, I prefer to remember Mr. Giamatti for his moral characterization of leadership. Some years ago, I had the opportunity to write about leadership, and Barbara, you measure up extraordinarily well on the Eastwood scale of leadership characteristics. You are highly motivated, you have a great deal of energy, you have the right balance of confidence and caution, you are truthful and have high integrity. You communicate and listen well. You know how to select good people, and you are not threatened by excellence around you. And most important, you value and respect people. You are leading a university that has a rich history of developing leaders who have changed the world in big and small ways since 1826. These include the 15 Nobel Prize winners who have been associated with this university, and there will be more, and the thousands of students and faculty and staff who have been, are now, and will be associated with this university. I believe that the world needs leaders of the kind that Case Western Reserve University is primed to produce, leaders who can think big and think small at the same time. Leaders who are capable of understanding broad ideas and at the same time understand their application. Leaders who are both analytical and intuitive in their thinking. Leaders who can fuse their left brain and their right brains. These are the people I call pragmatic visionaries. And where would one learn such leadership? Right here, for this university is a paradigm of the leadership I describe. At Case Western Reserve University, students, indeed all of us, are exposed to outstanding science, engineering, medicine, dentistry, nursing, social science, law, business, arts, humanities, and we are located among some of the finest cultural institutions in the world. It is a university where the right and left brains are fused. The world is in great need of the leadership that the students, alumni, staff, and faculty of this university can provide. And Barbara, you have the privilege of leading the leaders here. Finally, although you undoubtedly will derive a great deal of satisfaction from leading this great university, occasionally the responsibilities of leadership may seem unduly burdensome. Thus, I would like to transmit to you a message that was transmitted to me nearly 15 years ago during a ceremony in which I was installed into a position of what I regarded as great responsibility. The person who transmitted this message to me was Rabbi Milton Elephant, a sweet but wise man. And although I have no ecclesiastical standing, and so I apologize for my hubris, I now will transmit the same message to you. This is the message. Dear Barbara, do not feel totally responsible for absolutely everything. That is my job. Love God. I will add my own blessings and my wishes for much success and my pledge to help you, Barbara, and this university in any way within my capabilities.
Academic protocol and university tradition dictate much of today's ceremony. At Case Western Reserve University, this tradition includes presenting the badge of office to the new president. Our medal was a gift from the late President John S. Millis to the university at the time of federation in 1967. The chain was originally made for the Western Reserve University President's Medal and was a gift of the students in Adelbert College. It is my pleasure to welcome Franklin Salata, Chairman of the Board of Trustees, who will bestow the medal.
It is now my very great pleasure to ask Barbara Snyder to step forward to be installed as president of Case Western Reserve University. Barbara R. Snyder, on behalf of the Board of Trustees of Case Western Reserve University, I formally invest you with the responsibility and the authority of the office of President of the University. We place in your capable hands the task of leadership with the confident expectation that you will bring us to the full realization of a vision for a university of ever greatest service to its students, to its community, to its city, and to its nation. As we charge you with the great responsibility of your office, we, the trustees, in turn, pledge to you our diligent and enthusiastic support. In token of your responsibility and your authority as president of the university, I now invest you with the badge of office. Ladies and gentlemen, it gives me great pleasure to introduce to you the president of Case Western Reserve University, Barbara R. Snyder.
Thank you all very much. Thank you, Frank, members of the Board of Trustees, our distinguished platform party, including my friends, Congresswoman Stephanie Tubbs Jones, Chancellor Eric Fingerhut, Dr. Gregory Eastwood, Dr. Karen Holbrook, my wonderful colleagues here at the university, our deans and administrators, and of course, my faculty colleagues, our wonderful staff, and our students. I'm particularly pleased to welcome delegates and friends from other academic institutions, our honored guests, and all of you joining us by the webcast. I want to say a special word to our new students. We celebrate Convocation as the day you officially join the Case Western Reserve University community, one that will help shape you and support you throughout your lives. You and I begin this journey together because Convocation marks the official opening of my presidency. For me, though, it is a return to the place where I got my academic start as a faculty member a number of years ago. In fact, well before the members of the class of 2011 were born. Back then, CDs were the new thing, and cell phones weighed pounds rather than ounces. Much has changed in the years I was gone, so it is fair to say that far more about the university is new to me than is familiar. I learn more about this wonderful community of scholars, teachers, students, staff, alumni, and friends every day. Our history is replete with people whose work has literally changed the world. We count among our alumni 2 U.S. Surgeons General, the director of the Centers for Disease Control, current and former members of Congress, the president of the American Nursing Association, a legendary civil rights lawyer who represented Martin Luther King, the founder of Dow Chemical Company, and CEOs of companies around the world. Among our faculty are 6 members of the Institute of Medicine, 8 members of the National Academy of Engineering, 4 members of the National Academy of Sciences, 17 fellows of the American Academy of Nursing, 8 members of the American Law Institute, and 2 members of the American Academy of Arts and Sciences. And 15 of our former students and faculty have won the Nobel Prize. And as Greg said, more to come. We also attract outstanding staff members whose dedication to our university can be seen every day in every corner of our campus. I enjoyed meeting recently with the members of the Staff Advisory Council.
I am grateful for the contributions of all of our employees to our university, and I look forward to celebrating our Day of Service in September. The students who choose Case Western Reserve University are among the best anywhere. They are bright, talented, motivated, and very generous with their time. They, along with our faculty and staff, contribute collectively over 160,000 volunteer hours to more than 500 organizations in Northeast Ohio. I'm proud to tell you that our #1 partner is the Cleveland Metropolitan School District, where we have over 70 signature programs that touch 145,000 kindergarten through 12th grade students in our community. What better way to learn about our university than getting to know our faculty, staff, students, and alumni? I've met many in a series of meetings in the first weeks of my arrival on campus. Others I've gotten to know by reading about your achievements in Case Daily and elsewhere. Professor Eric Bettinger from the Department of Economics is at the forefront of the national debate on whether financial incentives boost student test results, and he serves as a special advisor to Chancellor Fingerhut. Team Case, led by Professor Wyatt Newman from the Case School of Engineering, has created Dexter, the smartest car you'll ever see. Dexter recently advanced to the semifinal round of the DARPA Challenge, a multi-million-dollar competition sponsored by the Department of Defense. The goal is to create a vehicle that thinks without a driver for use in battlefield situations. We will be cheering the team when it competes in California in late October. Professor Ted Gupp from the Department of English and an award-winning reporter for the Washington Post published a new book, Nation of Secrets, The Threat to Democracy and the American Way of Life, which arrived this summer to widespread acclaim. At an alumni event in Washington, D.C., I met Dr. Stan Gerson, director of the Case Comprehensive Cancer Center and professor of medicine at Case Western Reserve University. We celebrated a few weeks ago when Stan and his colleagues at the Cancer Center were awarded a $25.5 million grant from the National Cancer Institute in recognition of their outstanding work in research and patient care. Professor Stephen Post from the School of Medicine co-authored a powerful new book, Why Good Things Happen to Good People, the exciting new research that proves the link between doing good and living a longer, happier, healthier life. The Functional Electrical Stimulation Center, led by Professor Hunter Peckham, this summer won a $6.5 million grant, along with Brown University and a private company, to continue to explore ways to bring movement to limbs stilled by injury or disease. The center is a collaboration among Case Western Reserve University, Metro Health Medical Center, and the Lewis Stokes Department of Veteran Affairs Medical Center. At Research Showcase this spring, I had the privilege of seeing a demonstration of the center's amazing work. When I think of Congressman Lewis Stokes, I think of the impact one individual can have on a community. I had the privilege of meeting him on our campus, and I'm proud to say that he is both a distinguished alumnus and faculty member at the Mandel School of Applied Social Sciences. Congressman, thank you for your continued support of the university and our community. Last week, with Professor David Matheson and Dean Norman Tien of the Case School of Engineering, we celebrated a partnership with the Cuyahoga County Commissioners to develop the Great Lakes Wind Energy Research Center, which would be the first freshwater offshore wind energy project in the world. From water and wind to the high altitudes of Tibet, Professor Cynthia Beale is a member of the National Academy of Science, renowned for her research focusing on human adaptation to the high altitudes and genetics of adaptive traits and evidence for natural selection. Just after my arrival in July, I enjoyed a tour of the campus from this year's and last year's student body presidents, Adam Roop and Neil Ersick. They are wonderful examples of the combination of leadership and academic achievement that is characteristic of our students. And I'm proud to report to you that they both spent the summer engaged in research with our faculty. These are just a few examples drawn from the weeks that I have been here that illustrate the intellectual energy that permeates our campus and in turn carries the potential to change lives here and around the world. Yes, our university is filled with potential, the potential to be among a small number of truly great urban research universities. Beginning now, we have the opportunity, indeed the responsibility, to create its future, to ensure that our university lives up to its enormous promise. How will we do this? First, we must create a strategic plan together that will serve as our roadmap for the next several years. We have already begun the process through conversations with groups of faculty, staff, and students at the university, as well as alumni and friends in our community. These gatherings have been valuable, but they are just a start. Our stakeholders will be involved throughout the development of this plan. Interim Provost Jerry Goldberg will lead the effort to develop, by the end of the academic year, a strategic plan with ambitious but realistic goals, action steps, and timelines. It will identify people accountable for each part of the plan and benchmarks to measure our progress. It will set forth both long and short-term priorities. We will commit to reporting publicly on our progress each year. Execution of the plan will require focus, determination, and engagement from every one of us. Second, we must ensure the long-term financial health of the university. This requires more than simply balancing our annual operating budget. We must achieve and maintain adequate reserves. At the same time, we need to generate additional resources for investment in our priorities. This will require difficult choices and fierce resolve. The strength of this great university rests squarely on the capacity and the commitment of its people. By that measure, Case Western Reserve will build on the firmest of foundations. As you know, this year's convocation is also my investiture. We adopted as its theme a line from the American poet T.S. Eliot, "Home is where one starts from." That quotation comes from a masterpiece called The Four Quartets. Let me leave you with another stanza from that work. We shall not cease from exploration, and at the end of all our exploring will be to arrive where we started and to know the place for the first time. In many ways, I'm getting to know this place, the Case Western Reserve University of the 21st century, for the first time. But even as I begin, I have no doubt that it is home. My family and I thank you for the warm welcome. I am very grateful for the trust that has been placed in me and our outstanding team of academic leaders, and we pledge to work every day to live up to that trust. We appreciate your continued support in the work that lies ahead. Thank you very much.
At this time, I invite Speakeasy to lead us in singing the alma mater, Shine On, Case Western Reserve, which can be found on page 20 of your program.
Shine on forever, Case Western Reserve, loyal and true are we. Your brave sons and daughters, your knowledge we use to make our mark on history. Our school days we'll cherish forevermore, a lifetime of friends from the start. Shine on forever, Case Western Reserve. You'll be forever in our hearts.
You may be seated. Ladies and gentlemen, this concludes our Fall Convocation and our Investiture ceremony. Please remain in your seats during the recessional. You are all cordially invited to join the reception, which will be held in the tent on Freiberger Field. On behalf of the members of the Platform Party and the faculty, we wish to express our sincere appreciation to those who have joined us this afternoon. Will the members of the academic procession please rise? President Snyder will now lead the academic procession to the reception area.